युक्तप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकीम्. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, 8th chapter and 42nd verse. This chapter is titled as Dhruva Maharaj leaves for the forest. Verse: Tattad gaccha badhram te yamunayastad tadam suji punyam madhuvanam yatra sannidhyam nityadahare. Tattad gaccha badhram te yamunayastad tadam suji punyam madhuvanam yatra sannidhyam nityadaharehi. Tattad gaccha badhram te yamunayastadam suji punyam madhuvanam yatra sannidhyam nityadaharihi. Synonyms: that, tada, my dear son; gacha, go; badhram, good fortune; te, for you; yamunayaha, of the Yamuna; tadam, bank; suchi, being purified; punyam, the holy; madhuvanam, of the name Madhuvana; yatra, where; sanidhyam, being nearer; nityada, always; harihi, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation: My dear boy, I therefore wish all good fortune for you. You should go to the bank of the Yamuna, where there is a virtuous forest named Madhuvana, and there be purified. Just by going there, one draws nearer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who always lives there. Purport: Both Narada Muni and Sunidhi, the mother of Dhruva Maharaj, advised Dhruva Maharaj to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now Narada Muni is especially giving him directions how this worship of the Supreme Person can very quickly fructify. He recommends that Dhruva Maharaj go to the bank of the Yamuna, where there is a forest of the name Madhuvana, and begin his meditation and worship there. Places of pilgrimage yield a special advantage for a devotee in quickly advancing his spiritual life. Lord Krishna lives everywhere, but still it is very easy to approach him in holy places of pilgrimage because these places are inhabited by great sages. Lord Sri Krishna says that he lives wherever his devotees are chanting the glories of his transcendental activities. There are many places of pilgrimage in India, and especially prominent are Badri Narayana, Dwaraka, Rameshwara, and Jagannath Puri. These sacred places are called the four Dhamas. Dhama refers to a place where one can immediately contact the Supreme Lord. To go to Badri Narayana, one has to pass through Hardwar on the path to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Similarly, there are other holy places of pilgrimage, such as Prayag, Allahabad, and Mathura, and the topmost of them all is Vrindavana. Unless one is very advanced in spiritual life, it is recommended that he live in such a holy places and execute devotional services there. But an advanced devotee like Narada Muni, who is engaged in preaching work, can serve the Supreme Lord anywhere. Sometimes he even goes to the hellish planets. Hellish conditions do not affect Narada Muni because he is engaged in greatly responsible activities in devotional service. According to the statement of Narada Muni, Madhuvana, which is still existing in Vrindavan area in the district of Mathura, is a most sacred place. Many saintly persons still live there and engage in the devotional service of the Lord. There are 12 forests in the area of Vrindavana, and Madhuvana is one of them. Pilgrims from all parts of India assemble together and visit all 12 of these forests. There are 5 forests on the eastern bank of Yamuna: Bhadravana, Bilavana, Lahuhavana, Bandhiravana, and Mahavana. On the western side of the bank, there are 7: Madhuvana, Talavana, Kumudavana, Bahulavana, Kamyavana, Kandhiravana, and Vrindavana. In those 12 forests, there are different ghatas or bathing places. They are listed as follows: 1. Avimukta, 2. Aniruddha, Adhiruddha, 3. Guhya Tirtha, 4. Prayaga Tirtha, 5. Kanakala, 6. Tinduka Tirtha, 7. Surya Tirtha, 8. Vadaswami, 9. Dhruva where there are many nice trees of fruits and flowers, is famous because of Dhruva Maharaj meditated and underwent severe penances and austerities there in an elevated spot. 10. Rishi Tirtha. 11. Moksha Tirtha. 12. Buddha Tirtha. 13. Gokarna. 14. Krishna Ganga. 15. Vaikunda. 16. Asikunda. 17. Charu Samudriga Kupa. 18. Akrura Tirtha. When Krishna and Balaram were going to Madhura in the chariot driven by Akrura, all of them took bath in this cart. 19. Yajnika Vipra Sthana. 20. Kupcha Kupa. 21. Rangasthala. 22. Manchasthala. 24. Mallayudasthana. 24. Dasha Ashwamedha. So, thank you. That's the purpose. Long purpose. Om Ajnanatimidandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmirdam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashta Bhutale Srimade Lokanath Swami Ramine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashta Bhutale Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Ramine. Namaste Saraswata Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stabidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadadi Supadantikam. Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Udabadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha. Sri Rupam Sagrajadam Sahagana Raghunathanidam Dvam Sajivam. Sadhuidam Savadudam Parijana Sahidam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam. Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalidam Shri Vishakhanidamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dhinabandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namostude. Tapta Kanchana Gauranki Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sude Devi Pranamami Haripriye. Vancha Kalpatarupasya Kripa Sindhubhyeva cha Padidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much for joining this very auspicious Srimad Bhagavatam class. So, as it always says, Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. One should hear Srimad Bhagavatam every day. This is the only one solution to eradicate the abhadra, all the impurities of the heart. And one should hear. Hearing is everything. So, unless we hear, we cannot chant properly. So, Shravanam is the first and the foremost. Shravanam, Kirtanam. From Shravanam, Kirtanam manifest. So, here we are going through this beautiful section of where Narada Muni advising the Dhruva Maharaj. You know that the context of Dhruva Maharaj left the home in such a determination because of the insult from the stepmother, Mother Suriji. And then Mother Sunidhi mentioned Dhruva Maharaj, only way that you can attain all these desires of attaining the kingdom or the throne, all this can be possible, or even take birth in the womb of Suriji. Is all possible, yes. Mother Suriji said correct. That you need to take the birth from the Mother Suriji, then only you can have the throne, you can sit on the lap of Uttanapad Maharaj. This was very deeply hurted and pained Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj very much determined that to please the Lord, to go to the forest and please the Lord. So this was the first instruction of Mother Sunidhi to her son. So that's why Mother Sunidhi is the first spiritual master for the Dhruva Maharaj. Because of that, Dhruva Maharaj was very much concerned about later when almost 36,000 years Dhruva Maharaj ruled the kingdom. And after that, when the Yamaraj came, Yamaraj, and before that, Vishnu Dudas came to take Dhruva Maharaj back to the abode of the Vaikunta, the planet or the Dhruva Lok, that's also called Kshirodaksha Vishnu, or the Sagar, the Vaikunta, that's also called Vaikunta planet. This time, what? Yamaraj came, and when Vishnu Dudas came, Dhruva Maharaj was just meditating upon the Supreme Lord and told that, please wait, let me finish this my daily sadhana or Sandhya Vandana. And even Yamaraj also came there. So then Vishnu Dudas waited to finish that Dhruva Maharaj's complete, the sadhana, the devotion. Then Dhruva Maharaj ascended on the chariot. And who is doing this one? Yamaraj was putting his head down to ask and request Dhruva Maharaj to put his feet on the head of Yamaraj to climb on the chariot of Vishnu Dudas. As soon as the chariot just took, and then Dhruva Maharaj remembered the Mother Sunidhi. Because of Mother Sunidhi that I got this opportunity, I got this fortune to ascend to the Vaikuntha. So then Dhruva Maharaj requested the Vishnu Dudas, stop. Where is my mother? I have to take my mother also along with me. So then the Vishnu Dudas mentioned, do not worry. So look at the other side. Your Mother Sunidhi is also ascending and ahead of Dhruva Maharaj to the Vaikuntha. So this is the great lessons that we can learn from it. So the devotees, those who are showing the path to Krishna, they will also ascend that the devotee when get liberated. One time Srila Prabhupada was mentioning like this, that yes, I may have fault, my devotion may not be pure, but at least there may be many disciples, or at least one of them will be very pure and engage in the pure devotional service. When they go to the Vaikuntha liberation, I will also get a chance. So like this, even there was an incident of Ramanujacharya said the same thing. When the disciple called Quraysh was praying to the Lord that I don't need to go, but please help me or my associates or whoever is close to me, please give them liberation, please give them the abode of Vaikuntha, the Supreme Lord. Hearing this, Ramanujacharya was the spiritual master of the Quraysh, mentioned that he was dancing with the joy. Yes, I am also associating with the Quraysh, so I may also get a chance. This is a humble position a devotee takes. So the point I was trying to make is, so one who shows the path, everybody gets benefit. So the first spiritual master for Guru is Mother Sunidhi. Then we know that Dhruva Maharaj then left the home and then very much determined, and the Narada Dev came. So here is the Diksha Guru, one who gives the mantra, what to do. So on the path, and where Dhruva Maharaj met Narada Dev, and Narada Dev was stopping and telling to Dhruva Maharaj, this is not for you. You are a small child. You cannot finish this. It's ferocious animals, it's very difficult circumstances and all. But seeing the determination of Dhruva Maharaj, so this is what exactly a devotee, this is a symptom of a devotee. So Sri Rupa Goswami mentioned in Ulsaha Nishya Stairya Tattat Karma Pravartana. Ulsaha, enthusiasm, Nishya, determination, Dhairya, the patience. One should have these three qualities. in all the circumstances to become a pure devotee of the Lord. One should have great, enthusiasm to engage in the loving devotional service. That determination only that pull us or take us forward. So many times what happens, we see the devotees comes to this movement, and initially they were so enthusiastic. Then what happens? After some time they just go away. It's fading away. It fades. You don't have that determination or that enthusiasm anymore. So it's not that, because of we have to always remember, in order to attain this enthusiasm, determination, dedication, and all, it comes only by our constant endeavor. Constant endeavor. So how that constant endeavor? That's by the association of the devotees, like-minded sadhus, and hearing from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Always remember that. Always try to associate with the devotees. So that's why sadhu sangha or asanga tyaga. Avoid unwanted association. Unwanted association means this worldly association. We think that okay, we just go to the bad people. No, every day, every moment, we are having the bad association with our mind. We are associating with so many material worldly things. This, especially these gadgets, this is a bad association. And going through all the internet and that, this, those, and various kinds of, is all bad association. This is called asangatya. We should have this very proper association. Then only that we can have this constant endeavor or constant enthusiasm that to engage in the loving devotional service. So here, seeing Dhruva Maharaj, that great determination, then Dhruva Maharaj was praying to the Lord. Oh, it says Dhruva Maharaj calling Narada Dev called Bhagavan, is even calling Brahmadev as Bhagavan Brahmadev, and you are the son of Bhagavan Brahmadev, because of Brahmadev gives the benedictions and boons to the other, those who are approaching, those who are taking shelter of. So here Dhruva Maharaj says that I'm taking shelter of you, and please bless me so that I can practice, I can continue the service. Seeing this, the Dhruva Maharaj's determination and this idea, this patience and utsaha, this enthusiasm to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narada Dev was instructed to Dhruva Maharaj. That is, you should worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is exactly where the spiritual master comes into the picture. So at least in our life, there are at least couple of, or maybe more, that there are special devotee that request us to do this, okay, engage in the devotional service, or that devotee that we identify that yes, I can rely upon, or I can take diksha or mantra from such great devotees of the Lord. They have seen this truth, and they have determination, they have enthusiasm, they have great passion, or the patience for these loving devotional services. So I should follow such devotees. I should hear from such devotees constantly, so that I can progress in my path of devotion. Then that's what is the main, the purpose of that. Whatever we do, everything else is like a stramahi eva kevalam, just a waste of time, or just other than this, that we follow and engage in the devotional services and following the footsteps of great devotees. So that is our benefit. That's our good fortune, that if you have an opportunity to hear and associate and hear from the devotee. So exactly here, the Narada Dev instructing to Dhruva Maharaj that go to this Madhuvana. Madhuvana means that there is a very sacred place. Everybody knows that. You should go to the bank of Yamuna, where there is a virtuous forest named Madhuvan. This Madhuvan, if you go to Vrindavan, is still there. This is in the name of the Supreme Lord Madhu, Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, Madhu. Because of this forest was initially, it is in the Satyuga. Remember that Satyuga, that's where the place where the Dhruva Maharaj, the Narada Dev instructing Dhruva Maharaj to go and meditate, because of Lord Hari's presence is there. Lord Hari's presence is there. So then that's in the Satyuga, right? In Treda Yuga, we know that the same place there was a demon, Lavanasura, then killed. The Shatrugna killed Lavanasura in that same place. Then Dwapara Yuga, we can see that Krishna personally goes there, and then plays with the friends and this is in the district of Mathura. And there, Krishna personally goes there, and even the footsteps, the imprints of the lotus feet of Krishna is there. And then we know that even in the Kali Yuga, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started the Vrindavan Parikrama from this place called Madhuvan, it's reached there, and from there, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu even started. So it's a great significance of this pilgrimage place, Madhuvan. So we know that in Satyuga, before that, there was a demon called Madhu. The demon was residing there, and this demon got a great power by worshipping Lord Shiva, and he had a trident, and with the trident, whoever is opponent that nobody can kill, and all the whoever was opponent, no matter what, this with this trident, nobody can kill Madhu. But Lord Hari, the Supreme Lord, killed the Madhu demon. So then also, because Lord Krishna killed the Madhu demon, and this forest is also known as Madhuvan. That's the significance of. And there this is that the Lord is always present there in this Madhuvan. So Lord's presence is there, and now I think there is a temple also there. If you go to Madhuvan, if you go there, there is a place where the raised platform, that's where the Dhruva Maharaj seated and for meditation of the Supreme Lord. That time it was a great forest, and nowadays there is a temple, and its temple is called Dhruva Narayana Temple. And Dhruva, the babe in the form of Dhruva as a child, plus Narayana was blessing the Dhruva Maharaj. And there is also a very good, there is a kunda is there. So it was initially known as Madhu Kunda. Now it is known as Krishna Kunda. So when Krishna goes there in this Madhuvan, when Krishna becomes thirsty and the cows become thirsty, Krishna go and drink the water from this very sacred place. This Madhu Kunda is still there, and so this way, this place, this significant place, the very sacred place, that Madhuvan. So it's exactly Narada Devi is telling to Dhruva Maharaj to go to this place. We know that when Krishna's Leela, and everybody comes to Kurukshetra, because of that was also a pilgrimage place where that Lord Parashura came and did the penance, and that sacred place is, because it was since time immemorial, that was a very sacred place. Dharma Kshetra, Kurukshetra, that was his Dharma Kshetra. It was known as Dharma Kshetra. So it is mentioned that these holy places have great significance and potencies, that because the Lord resides there, and one can immediately purify himself. You go to the certain ghat, right? The Ganges ghat, one purifies. If you go to Badrinarayan, so it's mentioned, Srila Prabhupada mentioned the purport. It's called Haridwar. Haridwar means this is the path to the Hari. Dwar means the entrance, and Haridwar, or this is the path to the Hari. So one who goes to Badrinarayan, it's mentioned that Badri Narayan is still there. Badri is a tree that Lord resides there. That's called Badrinarayan. So like these various holy places, the dham, especially here, the Narada Devi is instructing to Dhruva that go to this very auspicious, very sacred place of Madhuvan. And there are, Srila Prabhupada gives, there are 12 forests in the Vrindavan, and each has very, very significant aspects. And also there are very tirthasna, very tirtha, the pilgrimage place. So the main important aspect of giving this all information to us is that, dear devotees, that our eternal dharma, our param dharma, the supreme, the duty is nothing but to worship, that's engage in the loving devotions to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So some way or other, when we have this human form of life, we should make it very sarthaka. Sarthaka means very meaningful. Otherwise, it's meaningless life. There is no purpose, there is no meaning for our existence. We should sarthaka, we should make it very meaningful, that every moment of our life, connecting ourselves to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as we know that life is very short. It's like mentioned that it's in the water, in the bubble in the water. It's called Budbhuda. Budbhuda means bubble in the water. It's just like human life is like that. But we have this opportunity as a human form of life to make it more sarthaka, make it more meaningful. Meaningful in the sense only that when it is meaningful, when we engage and realize that the Supreme Personality of Godhead and engage in the loving devotional service to the Supreme Lord. That's why it always says that Narayana Parayana or Vasudeva Parayana. We should have that understanding of only by this Narayana Parayana or taking the shelter of that Supreme Personality of Godhead, that only that our gati or our purogati. Puro means the attaining the Supreme, and gati, that the paths that to go towards the Supreme Personality of Godhead only by is Narayana Parayana, attaining the Supreme, the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, or engaging always in the loving devotional service of the Supreme Lord. So one should always, that's why in the nectar of in devotion, so Rupa Goswami says that the five prominent the aspect of devotional service is that one should stay in Dham or Madhura Vas. Madhura Vas is clearly is here. Dham is everywhere where Krishna is there, and that's a Dham also. One's life that one should always associate with the Dham, associate, connect with the Dham, so that this Dham has great potency, like the temples, like the Shyamsundar temple, our temple. Is the Lord resides there. Lord's exists there. Lord's potency is there. Lord's presence is there. This is called Dham. So when one comes to the temple and dedicate and engage the loving devotional service and chant the holy name, and of course we are associating with the Lord. When we chant the holy name, when we hear the holy name, we hear the glories of the Supreme Lord, we are associating with the Lord. So this way we have the constant, we have that we are associating with that the potency, that Supreme Personality. This way we can get immediate purification. So you don't get that if you go to New York City, because of this is a place of mode of ignorance, a mode of passion. But this is a transcendental place, a sacred place. So while we are living in this world, so as Narada Dev instructing to Dhruva Maharaj, go to Madhuvan. Didn't say that, okay, go to this city and do that. So it's impediment for our path of devotion. So one should always try to progress in bhakti by, going to the dham. And so that, and the main reason, the main business that going to the dham is not that for sightseeing. Let's always remember this. Many people have this kind of habit that, okay, let me go to this dham and see that one, see this one, oh, then take the photograph, then videograph, picture, and they're not understanding the basic principle of going to the dham. Going to the dham, understanding that this is the place, this is the abode of the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord has that wonderful pastime, and Lord is always, Lord is eternal. Lord's presence is always there. Wherever the Lord, that's where temple is manifesting. There are many places we know that. The Lord manifests there, then the temple there because of the Lord presence is always there. So like that, this Madhuvan, the Lord presence is always there. And Dhruva Maharaj was, Lord appeared there, that place. That's the temple is there. Lord presence is always there. So one should go. So the main purpose of the pilgrimage or going to the holy dham is not for sightseeing. So understanding this as Lord presence, and also these dhams are the presence of the great sages, great sadhus, and great devotees. They completely surrendered everything to the Supreme Lord. One should go and hear from them. Srila Prabhupada says that these crows and the swan, the crows, what happens? They always, go to the dirty place. And the swan, they always in a very good, very clean places. And they know that the swan, they know that they are called Hamsa or Paramahamsas. They know that how to discriminate that, when even if the water is mixed with the milk, the swan knows that how to just extract the milk from the water. So similarly, the devotee, those who are, inclined towards this path of devotion, should always go and hear and inquire from the sadhus. What is the purpose of my life? What should I do in my life in order to progress, to realize, to liberate from these material clutches? What should I do? Would go and hear. That's why many sadhus and sages, sannyasis, sannyasis, they conduct this wonderful program, pandal programs, and wonderful discourses. And even though you are in dham, so they arrange so that we can hear from them. We should always hear from sadhus. This is the another main purpose of going to the pilgrimage. It's not that just go for sightseeing and come back, so that just another again you go back to the. No, we should go and hear from the sadhus and hear from the devotees, so that they are very self-realized souls. We know that this case of Vidura Maharaj, Vidura. Vidura was after associating with the Duryodhana, Kauravas, and all that. Vidura decided that let me go and remove all the sins that we accumulate by the associating with this Durajana or Duryodhana. And then Vidura was almost 12 years was going to one pilgrimage to another and hearing from then each and every one of them. That's where the Vidura met with Maitreya, right? Then we and what they discussed immediately about the Supreme Personality of God's glories. That's why Krishna even says that the devotee comes together, Makkhida Madgada Prana, Bodhayanda Parasparam, Kadayandichamam Nityam Dushyandi Jaramandija. The devotees, when they comes together, they discuss among each other the glories of the Supreme, the glories of mind, glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They derive such a great pleasure. So, dear devotees, here Naradev has such a great instruction. That is instruction to us. If you want to progress in the bhakti, in the path of devotion, to more and create, develop this love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we should associate with the devotees. We should associate with the dham, especially the temples and all where the Lord resides. There is a great potency, and one should endure. One should have great enthusiasm and determination. Go and associate with the devotees and hear from them. And this is our path of progress in our devotional service. This was exactly the message Narada Muni gives to Dhruva Maharaj, similarly to us. So we should imbibe, we should take these wonderful instructions and progress in the path of devotion. So thank you so much. We'll stop here with this note. Virat Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you. We'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day ahead. We would like to offer our praise to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shina Singha Jana Singha Jana Singha Paradesha Jaya Padmamukha Padmabringa Mugravira Mahavitu Jalantam Sarvatam Narasingam Vishanam Badram Mitya Mityam Vami Hamashi Bhagwan Ki Jai Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai. Let's offer our humble obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Ki Jai. Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande.
Thank you, Sumesh.
Thank you, everybody. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol.